uncles. Me and Tim would be fourth generation stonemasons. So my grandfather built. I live in this house down here, the smaller rock house. My grandfather built that house in '54. We remodeled the inside of it a little bit, and we're finally getting the outside looking good. But his dad was a stonemason, and then so was my uncle. So there were three before us, and the maples were a lot lighter than all this. But you'll see some really cool stonework in here. He built this place just in like '93. But there's some cool, and we put a lot of plants in here because there's really no bad place to take pictures of plants and you got all the rocks. So
back here, Arboretum.
Yeah. I take some rubber gloves and just smack them around and all that falls out. It looks good.
We've got a Hime Sojo. There's a current IG that's going to get moved out. A Sherwood Elephant's going to get moved out. A Kuro Hime, and then American down here on the end. There's a Shana up here on the top.
At one point, this was all dwarf conifers, and then when things get too big, they get pulled out of these beds.
They get pulled out whenever.
Or actually, the pulver a lot needs to come out of these beds.
This winter we will be.
Yeah.
Moving to the place of the trunk.
Been cut off.
They got trunk cut, yeah.
Holy smokes. That's the coolest chairman I've ever seen.
This out a good bit. Actually, a lot of the plants are rotated out of this area.
Everybody, this is my uncle over here. This is Glenn Hill. This is the rock mason and the guy who.
He designed this whole place. He built it.
Wheel bars around back and race. Gloves,
Yeah, it's Frankie.
It's nice to meet y'all. I've got to rush off.
Well, he broke his back. I had my wedding here. He fell out of a truck and broke his back at my wedding. And he was dancing at my reception that evening, if you know the truth, with a broken back. So they don't make him like this guy anymore. He's tough.
Listen, I'll be 76. I do not have a pain in my pocket. I mean, going to bed and nothing at night. I don't know. God has been so good to me.
That's great.
I mean, I walk around and I look and I say, man, look what God let me do. His creation changes. I know one of these days I'm going to be gone, but somebody
Well, thank you for your hospitality.
Yeah,
thank you.
Y'all have a good day.
All right.
This is kind of a crazy stone. This lights up. I don't have a picture of it because somebody deleted my Facebook, but this looks like a man. If you stand outside the gate, it looks like a guy. It's kind of interesting. The whole thing, it's like, I mean, it's etched. It's not meant that way. We just walked in one night.
By accident.
Looks like a face. Yeah, it's like perfect.
The great stone face.
He does put a lot of faces in things. There's a lot of things like that you'll find as you walk around through here.
You turn your back, I'm going to steal that rock.
Oh yeah, grab that one, carry it out. So this is our big Matawa. We just did a seat collecting video on it, so the one beside it's actually another Shiranami. We're pretty big fans of Shiranami, so we plant it a lot.
Right behind it, underneath the windowsill, right there, that's Cetus Labania hedgehog. There's 3 or 4 of them right there. I planted together. Chemosiferous natus gracilis there, but the lower one right here, that's the little hedgehog. Guys, right here we've got a cool spider azalea, rhododendron, xenopetalum. I love that plant.
There's a Cereus back there behind that, that eagle spreading its wings.
Right back there. Back here we've got one of the evergreen dogwoods. It stays fairly
from Empress of China. What was originally the Empress of China dogwood?
Yeah, it was a sister seedling.
Yeah, sister seedling to it.
A seedling from a sister seedling, and it seems to do pretty well and hold its leaves here, which we get cold.
We were taking family photos in front of this 2 weeks ago. It was really glowing, but it's kind of a little past its glory there on that single cactus.
Yeah, I need to take it up a little bit better. But yes, still some work, right?
The only bad part with putting plants in here is my uncle is never, ever, ever done doing things.
Oh,
And so he'll move something very quickly. And if you come in here like twice in the same week, it can be very different. Like you'll come in, there'll be a whole new rock wall and well, where was that cheat? Like, well, it's down there now. I'll build a pergola and like, whoa. But he always is building.
Which is fine this time of the season, but July. Not
So
really.
he's getting ready to do something here.
Yeah, he took all this up and he's building another. It changes daily.
Here.
Well, I'm not even kidding. It changes daily.
Back here we have a Macaulay at the booth displaying some really nice tannins.
We originally were doing this garden so you could stand under these life sleeves and kind of look up into them. But since they got a little damage, we're probably just going to replace them with some instant gratification ones.
But right over here on the steps is where I had my wedding. My wife wanted a real small wedding, so we had about 15, 20 of our closest relatives, even though we both have really big families. Right here on the steps here.
We've had 2 weddings and 2 wedding parties here.
Yep.
I had our wedding party down here with a big tent and everything, and like food through here, and then my cousin was married here, and then Octavio that works for us, his daughter had her wedding here as well. Kind of a couple neat things in here. You can stand under some big rocks. They told my uncle you couldn't build a round chimney, so all those rocks are shaved off on the back to make the chimney rounded. Kind of a neat thing here, you can kind of go up here and see where he drills these holes. He's pretty old school, like I said, would be 3rd, 4th generation stonemasons. But they cut this rock with hickory. They drill the hole down in the plant, they put the hickory in there in the water, and it expands and breaks the rock away.
And literally just small pieces of hickory break this huge rock. It's crazy.
And I know y'all want to get the nursery. There's a little more in the back, but he's got a lot of construction going. There's not really as many cool plants, so we'll probably gather up here and head on down there. So we actually bring garden clubs in here and do talks in the summer, because this area in the summer is like, even when it's really hot, this area in here is kind of like in the 60s. It stays pretty cool with all this rock.
And he recently took out 2 big trees right
Yeah,
here,
it's probably gonna be a little warmer now.
which I'm really happy because it's going to help that Macaulay get a full shape to it. Because before it was all shaded out on one side.
Yes, we are. Is this all dry stack?
It's a combination.
So there is some more.
Yeah,
No, there's mortar in all these.
All these have mortar.
Yeah.
He was a rock mason by trade, so there's a ton of different styles.
Yeah.
And he would intentionally do that to kind of show off different areas. The dry stack's out back mostly, but
Yeah, all this has mortar, you just sort of hides it.
that light came out of a lighthouse, and if he turns that on, you'll probably see it at your house. It's insane. He actually has lights, so Tim and I used to plant around here a lot at night. So you can turn on lights, and everything kind of glows in here at night, so you can walk around the garden. We have a lot of family events and stuff in here.
And we can start heading back to the nursery.
Yeah, there's a backyard, but it's too much construction. We'll come back.
We've got waters if anyone wants waters in the nursery.
Yeah, there's coffee, water, probably some other drinks.
this is just a maple seedling that's just growing here in a crack. There's no dirt there. And we're talking 20 years old.
Wow. That's resilient.
It's crazy that this speaks to the resilience and the hardiness of Japanese maple. Like you literally, it only gets water there if it rains. Yeah. We left it just to go, and again, they're not invasive, so it's not like it's tearing up the rockwork there.
This guy say like one on the corner.
Oh, you mean this one here dropped the leaf? There's a red dragon there. There's a Ray Houston there. It is right.
Little stuffy, green, elongated, you know. Then there's Ray Houston up here, back up there.
Yeah.
Behind.
Yeah.
The house is familiar to me just because yeah.
Well, that chimney on the
Oh yeah, same here. It's kind of
So why are you here today? What and where are you from?
I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina, and I love maple, so coming to Mr. Maple is a real treat. They have such a great variety of things, maples and other things, so looking for all kinds of unique plants.
And what kind of plants are you looking out for today?
We are looking for some Japanese maples specifically, and then I was in a greenhouse and found this little variegated oak, which delighted me, so that has to come home as well.
Of course. Any specific Japanese maples that you're looking for, or specific qualities of stuff? You know, like variegation or?
Always variegation, new and different, and I just saw a lavagatum that I hadn't seen before, honglong, in the shade. I have lots of shade. It leaves out very colorfully, so I'm excited about getting that today.
Awesome. Well, I hope that you enjoy the rest of your time, and I hope you find some of those awesome plants. And
Thank you. Thank you.
Do y'all want to start looking
Sounds
through
good to y'all.
greenhouses?
Would you like to, would you
there's
prefer
a
to
bunch
shop
of
first and tour later? Or make sure?
Where it's dropped to just this.
We'll ask
Particularly this.
So Tim,
And
where
if
may they shop?
So the only house in this entire upper part that's closed, I'll close it, is this one house right here, the second. The house, not the first, furthest one that's right here, second.
11.
It's house number 19. I will close that one. Everything else, anything that you see is likely available.
So what brought you here today, and where are you from? Like,
I'm from Seattle, Washington, and I am currently the president of the Maple Society North American branch. So we're here for a triennial symposium that we were hoping to be a little bit more international, but unfortunately with a lot of travel restrictions, we have one person here from France and a few from Canada, but we're primarily North America here.
yeah, you do what you can whenever you got all the pandemic stuff
Exactly.
on hand.
Yeah.
But so I see that you have a maple in your hand. What kind is that?
This particular one is called Dragon's Fire, and I have a pretty good collection of maples at home. I think I'm up to around 130, 140. And in one little section of my yard has several plants. Only one right now is a maple, but with dragon in the name. So there's a couple of cryptomerias, black dragon and dragon warrior. I've got a ligularia that's dragon tears. I've got a little tiny hosta that's dragon tails. I've got a dragon tail fern. And there's a little resin sculpture with a dragon who happens to have the same name as our cat, Desmond the Dragon. So I couldn't resist adding this to it, and apparently you also have one here called Ghost Dragon that I'm probably going to take home as well.
Yeah, so you're a dragon collector and a maple tree collector.
In that one area of the yard, I've also got a section of thing that's basically a mouse theme, so there's a few different themes in the yard.
Well, so other than that, Ghost Dragon and this Dragon's Fire, what kind of other plants are you looking for today? Like, what catches your eye the most? Is it that deep orange, the variegation, or, you know?
There's two things. It is just a shape and color, but I also like things that are unusual, things I'm not likely to find at home. And I bought trees for a nursery for several years, so I deal with a lot of the wholesalers, and yet I know that there are a lot of things out there that are never going to make it into the regular trades. You need to have places like MrMaple, the independent growers that don't have to have 10,000 of something that can grow 20 or 30 of them for for a limited release.
That's one that we maybe sold out of.
You have a list and stuff.
That's one that I would only have one down low, and I'll go look for it.
Celebration.
Nice.